You were coming back towards Salt Marsh from your adventures in with the lizard folk. You've gone up to level 4. Did I mention that to you guys? Okay, I
Yes.
think Noxie
Although,
Yes.
not aware of that.
I had a question about that.
Alright.
Um, because I tried to level up using character master, I couldn't pick feats. Are feats not allowed, or are we allowed to use?
Feats are allowed. You're gonna have to, I think, manually edit it in.
All right, that's fine.
Oh, and that is awesome LARP armor, dude. Topaz.
It's also
That's
heavy
true.
and hot.
looks like it.
That's why that constitution stat is very important.
Yes, I don't have any.
Yeah.
Got good strength and dex. My con was my dump stat, apparently.
Oh no.
Yeah, a paper cut kills you. Okay. Anyway. Last week, yeah, you guys started your way back down the river, back towards Saltmarsh, and ran into something rather interesting. A strange, unexpected, and seemingly impossible geothermic vent suddenly opened up in the middle of the river you were in. And you spotted a trail leading down to the south. Upon following this trail, you spotted a group of orcs at a distance, overheard their conversation, and discovered that they were also on a trail of something, claiming that it had already killed some of their people. You trailed them for a bit until finally they decided to fight whatever came upon and fought whatever they were have been trailing. And you looked in and saw a large fiery serpentine-like creature, seemingly setting blazes around the forest, and several dead orcs at this point. You guys are currently observing this from a hidden position. So, anything particular you guys wish to do now?
Wait to see who's winning.
Alright.
We got the impression from Volan that these orcs are not likely going to treat us very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what side to take, if any.
I mean, we could stay and watch for a little while, and if it looks like the orcs are losing, I can call out to them. We could fight alongside them temporarily. Of course, there is the likelihood that they'll turn on us.
It also could be, helping them fight this creature could be a decent way to get on their side, get on their good side.
Yeah, I'm personally for that. I think we could team up with these guys temporarily to take down this monster.
How do we know it's a monster?
I mean, it's a snake. It's with arms.
It might be smarter than the orcs.
I could try and reach out to it with my mind.
No, don't. Bad idea.
I don't know if I want you getting that close to it, Lobu.
Noxie gives Lopu a thumbs up.
Noxie thinks it's a good idea.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of terrifying. It came out of a geothermal vent that shouldn't have existed. I mean, it's odd.
Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about it either.
Noxie holds up a sign. Volan is big and terrifying, but I'm not scared of her.
I mean, you know what, Noxie? I'm sure most things are big and terrifying to you. No offense. I'm gonna reach down and pat her on the head.
She holds up another sign. Fair point.
If we try to get a closer look at this big guy, can we see like how he's fighting, like how he attacks and stuff like that?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I think partly cut out.
Sure, I was saying, can I try to get a closer look at this guy and see how he fights? Like, is he casting magic or is he fighting just with the spear? Stuff like
Sure. Roll me a perception check. Yeah, you stare at him, but you just basically see lots of fire, and it seems to be attracting your vision. It's like you know that he's fighting. It's fighting with something, but pretty much what you see is just the dancing of a of this fiery thing, kind of like a snake. Libby was right about that.
all right. What do you guys want to do?
I'd just as soon have them all kill each other.
I mean, it wouldn't be horrible to help these orcs and then potentially get on their good side. Do you know if these orcs, you said they're a cult, but are they like evil? Or are they just devout?
They're followers of Grumsh, and he's not exactly good.
Hmm. Well, that's unfortunate.
I personally would really like to get in there, and by in there, I mean a safe distance away, and help these guys out. And then if we have to fight them, they will be significantly weakened, hopefully. But that's my vote, and I say we put it up to 1.
I think I'm a. What do I know about Grimsh? Like, do I think he's really bad news?
Do a religion check for me.
I have a feeling we're going to have to deal with them all eventually. Orcs are too close to the town, and that thing came out of the river. Either way, it's going to be a problem.
You're going to relay this to the party? Everything they tell you?
Sure, yeah. We can flavor this as like Bolan and I are having the discussion.
Alright, cool. So, what things you know about Grumish, the orc god of storms and war. Their most devout followers, the ones that he blesses with his power, gouge out one of their own eyes in order to show their devotion. This has something to do with the eternal war between basically there's 2 different pantheons of the orcs. One of them is for the devotees of Grumsh, where they believe that when they die, especially if they die with honor, that they're going to sorry, I'm having difficulty pronouncing it. Acheron, the infinite battlefield, specifically the lair of Nishrek, to become part of Grumsh's army to fight in his endless war against the goblinoid followers of Maglubiet. So they basically are trying to what's the word? Prove themselves in life, so that in their sorry, I hate it when I get tongue tied like that. They're trying to prove themselves in life, so that they're in their eternity that they will be, noble and powerful soldiers to be fighting this war forever.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'm fine with letting them die. They believe that they're going to the afterlife if they die in battle. So I'm not so keen on intervening now. They see this as a good thing, and I'm not going to disagree with them. I'm just curious, why do you think you're fighting that thing?
They did mention that it killed one of their scouting parties or something like that. It's probably just revenge at this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think my vote's with hanging back and letting them sort this out.
As you continue to talk, you see that one of the flames seems to wrap around one of the orcs over by the trees over there and crush the life force out of it.
Joy.
The continued battle rages on over here.
I will say, if their forces start dwindling, I think we should get involved because I don't want these fire things running around.
That's a good point. I feel kind of dirty formulating a plan like this, but I don't disagree with you.
The spear kind of gouge right into the eye of Groomish over here, while the tail is deftly dodged by the Orog.
Noxie holds up a sign. They look like they got it.
I hope so.
Can we tell if they're making a dent in the salamander?
Yes, the salamander does seem to be wounded, especially as the great axe strikes it along the side. It turns fully on the Orog at that point.
I'm not gonna lie, that giant fire snake scares me a little bit.
Does anyone want to get buffed up in any way, as long as we're just kind of standing watching people die?
Why'd you have to put it like that?
You hear another terrible scream from another orc over here as the fire that it seemed to be playing with consumes it.
Can I tell if that snake creature is an elemental? Would I guess at that?
Roll an Arcana check. Yes, you stare at it, and there's no doubt in your mind that this is something conjured from the fire plane. Some kind of elemental in the form of a large serpentine creature. In fact, the more you notice the shapes of the smaller flames around it, the more snaky they appear. You think that these smaller shapes might actually be juvenile versions of this large creature in front of you.
And if they were left to their, juvenile, left to their own devices, they'd grow up. I'm going to relate that to the group.
Grow, assuming that they get close to some sort of source of fire, most likely magma or lava.
Oh, we need to take care of this.
Alright, do you want me to call out to the orcs beforehand so they know we're coming?
Yeah, if you think it would help. I mean, I've only read about these people in books. I don't really know anything about actually interacting with them.
Okay. Is everyone ready to fight?
Yes.
Hold on, just 1 second. I've got one of these I can do for one of us, but it's a protection from evil and good, and it will grant you a lot of benefits against a elemental. So who do you think's going to be up in that guy's face the most?
I expect I will be up close.
Topaz and Volan too. I mean, probably anything above.
Who wants it? Is anyone in particular? Otherwise, I will just give it to Abarath.
I don't know if you want to give it to me because I do tend to go a bit reckless. It's my in-character way of saying I'm going to give it advantage most of the time.
Okay. That makes the most sense. Also, from what I remember, Abarath is almost impossible to hit.
If I put up my shield of faith, yes.
So, here you go, Captain. I hope this helps out.
Thank you, Lobu. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to do?
No, let's go.
All right. Before we run in, I'm going to yell out in orc, followers of Groomsh, we fight as friends. Let's kill these motherfuckers. Okay. Some shit like that.
Alright. Let's get you on the turn order. Oops, wrong thing. Sorry, my bad. That was not the right one there. Wrong sheet. Oh, that's why, because it's in a different section of the friggin'... sorry. There we go. So, who goes first at this point? Okay, one of the luckless orcs. The orc kind of hears the thing and, hears your shout and starts a rallying cry. Something about, in orcish, something about allies approach. And launches a javelin out at the fire snake. That actually hit.
I sure hope so, or else we.
We're screwed.
We're in trouble.
It doesn't seem to do as much damage as you might expect, however. As the sphere, the spear kind of seems to burn inside of its body after being hit. Volan! And remind me, did somebody get who got the protection of good and evil on them?
It ended up going to Volan.
Alright, I shall put a marker on you then. There we go. And it is Volan's turn. She rolled first.
Alright, I'm going to move up 10, 15, 20. Ooh, can't get up to it, so 25. I'll end there. And I'm going to throw one of my javelins at the big guy.
Okay. And that misses, striking down into the ground about here.
Alright, and I would like to rage, so bonus action.
Let's see if I can get that little token down for you guys. Nope. Yeah, no available tokens for that. We'll just try to remember where it is. So this fire snake over here just comes slithering off of its perch and just goes to strike the eye of Grimash. First one misses, the second one ends up hitting. You just see the tail lash into the eye of Grimash's leg there. The Eye of Grumish, however, does not pay any attention to the thing at its back. And instead, just continues on attacking with its own two-handed spear. Jamming it in for some more damage. You see some more flame just kind of fall off the salamander's body, striking into the ground and causing a little brown spot. Oops, sorry, Dread. And it is Dread's turn.
Okay. And cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action.
Alright.
That's it.
That's all you can do this turn?
That's all I can do this turn.
Okay. Salamander doesn't seem to be paying any amount of attention to you guys, and instead going after the Urag. Ooh, forgot to roll something for the Grimish guy. And this one will sphere and tail. So you see flames dance along the Grimish's body after striking the salamander with a spear. And then the salamander strikes its own spear down into the Urag. So from observation, you can tell that hitting it with melee weapons is not good. Crab.
Crap. Callie is gonna walk up. Ooh, come on, grab her. Thank you. Okay, she's gonna walk up to here. See that it is incredibly dangerous, and I'm not gonna be one to push her in after losing her twice already. So she's gonna chill right there until she's needed.
Okay. This orc sees what's going on here, but takes out its spear anyway and charges the salamander. You hear something like basically about for honor, for the eternal war, that sort of thing in Orcish. You see it slashing, and the flames that jut off the body of the salamander now hit the orc. And he lets out a yelp of pain as fire beats at his face. Dovin!
Okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then I'm going to cast Healing Spirit, which creates a 5-foot cube, and I would like to put it here, actually. No, here. I guess I'll. Oh, perfect. Could I potentially straddle it between two spaces?
No.
Or just the one? Okay. So like this kind of blue and purplish sort of. You can barely see it, but it's like this hazy like space of just sort of like swirling lights kind of appears there, and I shout out to everybody. Stepping in that will allow you to heal. Stay grouped together, and then that's my turn because I think that's an action to cast. Yeah.
All right, Noxie.
I'm going to just kind of run up right behind Dovin and shoot a bolt towards the salamander here.
All right. Wow.
I'm with you.
The bolt just instantly strikes right through the salamander's head and out the other side. Thankfully for it, this doesn't equate with killing it the way it would with most other things. So instead, it just simply shimmers for a moment, at least the head wise, and turns its head and eyes to look towards you where the bolt came from. Completely caught off guard by that attack.
Well, that's my turn.
Topaz.
Well, I see everybody getting burned, but there's nothing for it. Is that an advantage with the flank?
Yes.
It's going to be the spear first.
Yep. So you feel the flames looking across your body. More across
How
your
much
hands.
damage?
This sphere, 7 points of damage. The flames reach out towards you.
Ow. All right. Oh, at that rate. This better go quick. Did it seem to do any damage to it?
Yeah, it took some damage. Not as much as you would expect, though.
All right. I'm going to go. I'll take the martial arts bonus. This is going to really suck.
Remember, if you move into that space, I can heal you some.
You know, but I've already moved as far as I can go.
Gotcha.
By the way, Audrey, it's level 4. It's level 6 that you get magic hands, isn't it?
Yeah, it's level 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I've had a monk that pretty much took out vampires with his magical hands, so I'm used to that.
Did that do anything with the crit?
Yes, it did, but the
And I took
flames just
10.
continued to race into your body as a result.
Oof.
You know what? I think I might have this. Let's see. If I spend a key, dash is a bonus. What's going into the thing to heal?
Just 1d6. Not a whole lot. But I can heal as many people that go through a turn. I can heal them, so I can heal everybody a lot. But I can't heal one person. Super.
I'm going to spend a key point and dash, step of the wind, and go through it. So a d6.
Yes. Four.
4. And then I'll get out of the way of anybody else.
All right.
Feeling this is going to be a war of attrition.
Yeah, this fire snake over here slithers forth and tries to wind its way around the Orug. And misses both times. The Orug's skin, possibly something else, is made of sterner stuff. Waboo!
Yeah.
There is a low scent of burning sea elf in the air.
Yeah.
Let me take a look here. Normally I'd have something prepared, but I came up with an alternate plan. First of all, I'm going to use all my movement. And then... All right, I'll do a healing word on Topaz.
Excellent.
Five.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
And then I
Oh, you can do
believe,
something else?
yeah.
That's right, because it's just a bonus action. So what's your action going to be?
My action is going to be, I am going to yell out at the salamander, "You're the worst snake I've ever even seen. What's the point? Arms on a snake? Pointless."
Oh!
He did not like that one.
Oh, man, that was a burn. No pun intended.
The salamander shouts back in Ingen, which to you sounds a lot like Aquan, except more
Angry?
more flamey, yeah, more angry, like a very angry Aquan, and it's kind of yelling, "You pointless water dweller! I will evaporate your ocean."
Weak.
Ooh.
And then he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Oh, that's perfect. Lava Snake. I've seen better cosplay.
This orc over here will launch its javelin right at the salamander. That one goes through and does more damage. The orc is pleased. This orc shouts something about, serving in the eternal war, and charges the fire snake with its great axe. Which misses. Volan.
I will run forward 10 feet. Would I be flanking with this guy?
Yes.
Okay, so I won't make a reckless attack then. I'll just attack two-handed with my great axe.
Alright. Miss. Oh, hit. No, sorry. Hit because it's... Sorry, I'm used to the toggle select. So that hits. That is a... Oof. Take some heavy damage from that. And flames shoot out towards you. For 8 points of damage. Catching bits of your hair on fire.
Do you take half damage because you're raging?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
that's true, you do. So you only take 4 damage from that. Excellent.
Right, cool. And then I'll back out of there.
Did you get the healing from it?
So that space you get healing.
I mean, since she was standing in it when she got hit, but she's still standing in it, so...
1 point of healing. So you're back up to 50. Anything else you can do, Volan?
Nope, that's my turn.
Alright.
So,
Fire snake strikes out at the eye of Groomish. Hi, Lyra. Oh. And it manages to... So, basically, you see the small snake thing just kind of bite right into the back of the one-eyed orc over here. And that orc lets out a mighty cry as flames just kind of start erupting throughout his body, and he drops to the ground. Dead. And the fire snake starts zigzagging its way that way. Afterwards. He is now dead. Oops. Don't know why this thing is not... There we go. Dread, your turn. Hello, Lyra. Are you muted? Oh, am I not hearing anything?
Oh, sorry.
No, for a second there I thought I wasn't hearing anything. I thought my microphone had died on me.
You know, my sheet decided it didn't want to work, so I had to reload. Let's see, so I'll attack the salamander.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. Salamander is surrounded by interesting targets. But it goes for the sea elf, turning right towards her. And you see it grin. I will evaporate you, it says in angry primordial, also known as Ingen.
And Aquan, I'm muttering, you just might. Oh. Oh.
Ow. Well, the second one misses.
Second one missed.
misses, but the first one kind of pierces its spear right down into her chest, flames leaping onto her body.
Oh. Oh.
Crab! What shall the crab do?
Really not much the crab can do because if it gets close, it's just gonna burn to death. So she's
It'll
gonna
be
step
boiled
up.
crab. Yeah, boiled crab.
Yeah, she's gonna step up there and then look worried.
So the orc, even though it looks like it's probably about to die, again makes an attack with the great axe. And in Orcish, it's yelling, "For honor!" Unfortunately for it, the salamander dance is out of the way. That would have been a good strike, too. Dovin!
Well, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and send 2 bombs of healing toward
Who are you sending it towards?
Topaz. Ooh,
Okay.
good numbers too.
Ooh.
So you get 10 healing and 2 temporary hit points.
Okay, thank you.
And then as my action, I don't really have a good action spell to cast, so I'm just going to do a frostbite on the big guy.
Okay. Constitution saving throw.
Rip.
Yeah, it seems to shrug it right off. And it's saying something towards you, Dovin, which Topaz and Lobu understand as good try, human. I shall eat you. Eat you last.
Well, that sounds like gibberish.
It actually does sound a bit like the Aquan, except that Aquan is more melodic, especially underwater, and this just sounds angry. But it sounds a lot like it might be like same or related language. Noxie.
Not much as I can do, but shoot it again.
Unfortunately, this time your crossbolt fails you and goes short. Those undulating snake parts seems to be dancing. Topaz.
All right, talk about dancing. First, we're going to dance around it to here.
Right into the healing space. 1d6.
Oh, I'll take your roll.
Ooh.
I think I might need it to stay up. And then dance back to where I was, get the flank, and pray. How much do I take? Batters.
Let's see, we take that first. And Lyra, don't rub my hand when I'm trying to write that, okay? 2d6. Oof.
Eats. Too bad.
Flames just come spearing out over that spear and right onto your body.
6.
It's a good thing you're not wearing any clothes because they probably would have been burned already.
Ow. All right. Just grit my teeth and take the 2 more time to put me down. I'll go ahead and take the martial arts bonus attack.
Alright.
No, probably not.
Nope, that doesn't even hit. The salamander just dances away, its eyes locking with you.
Oh, I lost key point and patient defense. That's it.
right. Can I tell? Can I tell if we're making a dent in this dude at the moment?
Roll a medicine check. Yeah, the fire is not burning quite anywhere near as bright as it was when you first stepped into this area. The salamander looks like it's actually quite damaged.
All right. Then I'll just keep stay to the plan for now. Then.
So what will you do?
I'm gonna come up here and then I'm going to cast Aqua Bolt.
Nice. Strikes
Probably nothing.
right into that with the first attack. There's a bit of a sizzle as steam puffs up into the air.
Right on. And then I'll use my bonus to heal Topaz again.
Alright.
That's me.
Okay.
I feel bipolar. I'm burned. I'm healed. I'm burned. I'm healed.
Diorigoso screams, "For honor!" Whack, whack. The first one misses, the second one hits. The salamander lets out a horrifying screech. Fire comes zooming out of it and hits the orc. But it doesn't seem to do that much damage. Only 3.
Why can't you roll that low for us?
I don't know.
I'm more flammable.
Apparently.
So this guy pulls out his great axe. It just also goes running, shouting "For honor!" in Orcish. Seems like these orcs don't say too much else other than that. But this one guy misses. Next guy is going after the fire snake. Hits. And you hear a squeal from the smaller one. How does that cause damage? 1d6. But you see some flames zoom off and hit the orc in the face. Small sizzling of the eyebrows. Fallen, what will you do?
I'm going to swing down my great axe and make a reckless attack.
You're flanking. You don't have
You
to.
don't need to.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh,
Yeah, the
good
other guy
news.
came running in with his great axe and is now flanking with you.
Oh, we twinning.
Well, he's a full orc instead of a half orc, but yeah. So that one hits. But 9 points of fire damage comes zooming back at you. Thankfully, your heavy strength reduces it down to 4. So you're nowhere near as hurt as Topaz.
Does that actually reduce fire damage, though? It's usually just physical damage, unless she's bear totem.
Really? Oh, she has
Yeah.
bear totem. Yeah.
That works.
Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
So only psychic damage will hit you for full. So this other fire snake, to those of you observant, you notice that one kind of goes off into the brush and seems to vanish.
Shit.
Dread.
It's turning into a bug hunt, man.
I'll try and hit the salamander again.
That definitely hits. And as you bring your longsword around, you manage to slice down right through the middle of the salamander, and one final jet of flames comes zooming out at you as the entire body of the thing collapses and reduces into into nothing. Even its sphere consumed. But you take 10 points of fire damage.
5. I'm a tiefling.
Oh, that's right. Yay, fire resistance. That actually saved a tiefling's life in another game. He would have got killed by a fireball if not for that. Crab!
She's gonna cheer. And,
Kelly is a cheering squad. Got it.
yeah.
The orcs all cheer and rally around. This one comes running over here and swings its axe at the remaining fire snake. Missing it. Dovin!
So I'm really glad we killed that big one, but I'm gonna shout out, we mustn't let the little one escape, or it'll grow and cause more damage. Can I see tracks and sort of head in that direction, see if I can follow it?
Roll a survival check. Alright, you can take your movement and move over to where you last saw it on the map.
Can I dash as my action?
Yes. So, as you get over there to study the scene, in addition to the snake trail that you see, which then vanishes, you also notice a set of what looks like webbed footprints heading south.
Okay.
South in this case, by the way, is going that way.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. And there's something else over here too.
Noxie!
I'm gonna follow Dovin and take the dash action. Get right up to next to Dovin. And he definitely did call attention to the prints here, right?
Yes.
Alright, then I'm gonna rogue double dash in that direction. I'll probably...
Okay. Also make a survival check.
Okay.
Careful, Noxie.
Alright. You managed to pick up on the trail as you start dashing along that way. Fire snake. Fire snake sneaks out right at the lower orc. Only the second the tail manages to strike it if the bite misses. Topaz!
Bolting after baby lava. That's one move's worth to get up with Noxie.
Okay.
If I see anything, I'll continue.
Survival check.
What is it again?
Yeah, you fail to figure out what the trail is. You don't understand the marks that Noxie is following.
All right.
Lubu.
I'll just go another 40 feet further west and hope for the best.
Right. Lubu.
I am. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna also dash, but I'm gonna I'm just gonna dash up to where the footprints are. I want to take a look at the webbed footprints that were mentioned.
Okay.
And then could I still try and determine what type of footprints?
Roll a nature check. not sure. In fact, it's very possible that someone faked this footprint. You don't know what it is. Anything else you wish to do?
No, that's it.
Alright, the Ollaras will attack. So that is enough to kill it. And it only takes 2 damage as a result. And the orcs, you hear all the orcs cheering. At which point, we get to take out of initiative. Noxie and Topaz have both sprinted off into the woods after the strange footprints, trying to catch up with wherever the fire snake may have gone. Roll perception checks, both of you, please.
I'm particularly looking for flame glimmering. That should be obvious if it's still on fire.
Volan, before you move, Callie is just going to run up to you and hop onto you. Just so she doesn't get left behind.
Alright.
Can I also take a look at the tracks as I'm following them and like try figure out what they might be made by?
Nature.
I'll help him with that.
So Volan's getting healed up before she leaves, huh? Yeah, somebody gave you the help action, so Noxie, you get to roll a second time.
Oh, I went ahead and rolled a second. I rolled and didn't roll well.
So yeah, separately, you've no idea what they are, but together, you start pointing things out, little features, little bits, little bats. You know, you've seen other webbed toes before, other amphibian type creatures, and you know that this is definitely an amphibian type creature that made this, but definitely not one of the bullywugs, as it does not look like the type of footprint that they left. This one is zigzagging all throughout the trees, and seems to have, made it far, far away from you, even as it's dashing, and you're dashing, from what you can tell. Are all of you following at this point?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so you have left the orcs far behind.
Do we get the impression that we're losing ground on the snake?
You get the impression that the snake has been picked up by something and is, as you no longer see the snake trails, you just see these webbed footprints, and it's now booking it somewhere to the south, towards, which will eventually take you to the mountain range.
I can turn into something that can run faster, but I can only carry one of you. Do we do it?
I don't know. I feel like maybe we're headed right into the enemy camp. You know, those jerks that we're trying to fight.
Oh, probably. Probably not a good idea to rush ahead.
Did you all maybe want to follow the tracks as far as we can and rest up before we head in that direction for real?
That might not be a bad idea to slow down and proceed more stealthily. But yeah, instead of making this a chase, just seeing where they lead.
So you were saying the thing with webbed feet picked up the snake and ran with it?
Or it ate it. I mean, that's always a possibility too. But I don't.
Does the webbed feet, does it look like it ran on 4 feet or 2?
It looked like it was running on 2 feet.
And with a 19 nature, Noxie had no idea what it was.
Okay, with a 19 nature, that's a good question. You know that, and you think back for a moment about what you know that's beyond, beyond, like, the the bullywogs and such. And you start getting this picture in your head of a creature with webbed toes that likes it very hot and in wet areas, like areas with hot springs and other, um, volcanic activity and other such things. Something along the lines that resembles a newt.
Hmm.
Seem to be they're referred to as fire newts because of their coloration
Oh
and love
no.
of hot spaces.
I know what those are. Um. Okay, so Noxie is going to try her best to sketch a fire newt and show it to the party.
How well can we interpret it?
Roll a dexterity. Oh, you're still running, aren't you?
Um. Yeah, that's actually right. I would still be running.
Dexterity at disadvantage.
Oh, it's not a saving throw. It's -2.
Yeah. It looks like a little scribble, possibly of a newt, maybe with a little flame motif, but it's basically just a scribble.
Um.
Not sure what we're looking at, but that looks like a lizard. Lizard folk? Are you saying lizard folk are here?
She slows down, and like she waits for you guys to like catch up, and like decides to like take things a little bit more slowly now that now that we've all figured out the stealthy approach is way better than chasing it, and she's going to write the words "fire newt" underneath her drawing.
Oh, I can see it. That's fire. Nice. So if it's fire newts, it's probably heading towards the mountains. So how far away are the mountains?
Let's see. Let me consult my map for that one.
What was it doing out here? Hunting in the jungle?
Maybe it summoned it. I mean, I'm not super familiar with extraplanar portals other than what little I've read in my books, but I mean, do these portals just like open them? Can these portals open up randomly, or are they usually caused by somebody opening one?
Roll an Arcana check. You estimate that it's between 5 and 10 miles away, the mountains. Arcana check. Well, it's not impossible that they can open randomly. There have been events that have caused such things in the past. Typically, it's caused by a person or persons, some sort of ritual. But what side, you have no way of knowing.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, it could be that the fire newts were the ones that opened the portal. If they wanted to get their own salamander.
And it would probably be in our best interest to put an end to them. I mean, if this leads over into Salt Marsh, it could be an issue.
It could be bad. It could be bad for the whole surrounding area, too. You saw what it was doing to that river.
Yeah, it did a lot of damage, not only to the plants and stuff, but the animals. It's going to kill a ton of things.
Well, I mean, it's 5 to 10 miles to that mountain. So the fire newt probably can't run the whole way unless it's got like 1,000,000 constitution. So I mean, we could try and make this a long-term chase. Catch it jogging instead of sprinting. What's up?
Moxie's gonna think about what she knows about fire newts. Does she know if they keep treasure or not?
Let's see. Pretty much anything keeps treasure, but as Noxie thinks about what exactly fire newts keep, she realizes that slaves are one of the main things that fire newts keep. Fire newts capture and enslave creatures and sacrifice them to their deity of some kind, called, what was the name again? I had it right open a second ago. Why do I have to lose these things? Oh, that's right, because my cat was sitting on things. All right, so you realize that they tend to sacrifice to a being called Imix, the Prince of Evil Fire. They're also very militaristic, along with being religious. Now, they do tend to have treasures along with these captives, but prisoners are probably the most likely thing you'll find. Ones that they will work to death, basically.
Nice. Joyous people.
Yes, that's right, Levu, they do.
I think we should keep following at a brisk pace, but not a full sprint. And I think we'll catch up to him. I think we have a good chance of catching up to him before they reach the mountain.
Alright, roll a perception check.
Oops, well, that didn't work. I tried to set up a thing, but it just proved dummy, I guess.
Alright, Devin, roll me a 1d100.
What?
Alright. So, your party continues on, going south and west through the woods, with the mountains somewhere in the distance. After a while, it's Dovin who ends up spying a bit of flame through the trees.
I'm gonna. By flame, does this look like a campfire, or does it look like.
It looks like something that's in the process of moving to this way and
Okay. I'm gonna tap Noxie and Topaz on the shoulder and point it out to them before sort of saying under my breath, so people and everybody else can hear. Like, I think I see him.
Dead sprint. Pew.
Right after Topaz.
Gonna spend a key point on the step of the wind, and dash is a bonus. So that'll make me cover 120.
Moxie will be right behind her with the double dash. That roguish speed.
Lobu's gonna look over to the nearest person and be like, well, I guess we gotta go, huh? And then just, follow.
So,
Yeah,
fast people down here, slow people up here.
okay.
I guess as Topaz takes off, I'm gonna give her another bomb of the summer.
Okay.
Six and 1. Thank you very much.
So, you catch up to the one that was fleeing originally as it slows down to meet up with a couple of other members of its
Crap.
brigade. It pauses and stops as it sees you and aims its staff towards you. Hold on, staff? Is that the right one?
Crappity crap crap.
Yep, staff. It's got a staff on one side and what looks like it's some kind of a morning star on the other hand.
Oh boy.
For initiative.
10 again.
Why did I rolled the wrong one again? This time the opposite direction. Okay. Okay, Topaz goes first.
All right. I snarl as I make a mad run right at him. I'm going to launch into a flying kick and try to kick this stupid fire snake right out of its arms.
Okay.
And I think I am going to spend my inspiration for advantage on this.
All right.
Does that happen to injure or kill the snake?
It does not kill, but it definitely injures. I was waiting for you to
Okay.
give your token up. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know we were on a actual map or.
Well, I was using this for distances, so.
All right, so then I will spend a key point flurry of blows and try to hit the snake again.
That first hits, the flames start
Oh,
coalescing onto your body.
These things flame too.
Yep, they're baby salamanders.
6.
Yep. As it screeches, falling out of the fire newts, the fire newt is looking like it wants to murder you.
Growling at this point. All right, stomp it.
Nice.
Is it dead yet?
No, it's not.
How much do I take?
You take 3 points of damage.
All right, last attack. Just die. Just, Aquin, just fucking die. Come on, roll 20. Roll.
The snake thing just squeaks at you again. It's not dead, but it does look badly hurt.
Just watching as Topaz curb stomps the snake.
Just wait till you get magic hands.
6! Jesus,
God.
stop with the 6! Holy shit! Ow!
See, monks.
Badly burn. Smoking on fire.
Yeah, Noxie is probably watching in horror as Topaz's hair catches fire somehow, and she looks like she is a steaming mess at the moment.
Yes, and obviously seethingly mad too. You rarely see Topaz lose her shit. Usually she's somewhat in control in a fight. She's lost her shit. She's just like hardly showing technique. She's just trying to brutally stomp this thing into the ground, and it's still moving. A steady litany of Aquan profanity is issuing forth.
And the fire snake responds by trying to bite her face as it launches itself up off the ground at her.
Ah! Oh, well, the tail misses.
So it did. It launched itself right at Topaz's face and sank its teeth into that.
So is that 14?
Yes.
Or what?
That's 14. Oh god.
That drops me.
So you watch in horror, Noxie, as the fire snake, after failing to die from being stomped on, launches itself up at Topaz's face and brings her down. Dovin.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move 30 feet. Was that 30 or was that 60? I mean, 35. No, that's 30. Let me double check the range.
She's 40 feet away.
Oh, 120 feet. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna heal Topaz with my last palm. And then as an action, I'm going to cast Entangle
Okay.
on catching all the newts, but not Topaz.
So it's this big.
It's a 20 foot cube, 20 foot square.
Okay, so that's more like that. Or
Can I?
this.
Oh, looks like I can't get all of them. So I'll get. Yeah, I'll do that. But
All right.
yeah.
What's the still save DC?
It is 14 strength.
Fire snake is entangled. This guy is nuts, and the fire newt. Fire newt is Lubu.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to yell at the fire snake. You call that a bite? I've seen Topaz take way worse than that.
Fire snake does not seem to care what you're saying.
And then I guess I will healing word Topaz.
Thank you.
It's not much, but it's something.
So the fire newt warrior, seeing the prone shape over here, comes over, lifts its scimitar, and brings it down on her with advantage because she's still prone.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, somehow managed to miss
19
you the first
hits.
time out. And the second time it doesn't do much damage, it just kind of slices across you a little bit. Not much else.
I love the one temporary hit point. It just gives me great joy to take that away first.
Nice. I'm glad to help.
Perverse Glee. Alright. Still awake.
Noxie.
The snake here is restrained, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to shoot it. Hopefully getting rid of it for good.
Not quite. You see your crossbow go right through it, and it seems to shimmer. Most of the flames is just falling off of it, but there's still some life left in this snake.
Okay. I'm going to move back here, and then my turn.
Fire Nate Warrior doesn't seem to care. Oops, right, that one's still restrained. Which means all it can do for its turn is attempt to get free. DC still 14?
Correct.
That was a 2. That was supposed to be normal. There we go. It's hopelessly entangled in the entanglement spell. Volin!
Yeah, I'm gonna move 30 feet, and I don't have anything else. I'm going to have to use my action to dash. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And bonus action rage. And, yep, that's my turn.
So, the fire dude who seems to be in charge, kind of looks down for a moment at Topaz, then looks over towards the approaching Volan, and
Yeah, that's like watching an
Raises-
approaching steam engine.
yeah, it raises a hand raises its staff towards her, and points, and a ray of fire comes streaming out to. Sorry, three rays of fire come streaming out at you.
Oop.
And only the third one hits.
Would that be 2 points?
That would be 1 point, actually. The damage rounds down.
I'm going to laugh at it.
The fire newt looks very surprised. Crab.
I look up at it through bloody mouth and I laugh at it and say, "Ha! All you did was piss her off."
Callie is seeing Topaz in a lot of danger. She's gonna jump off Roland's shoulder, run up to Callie, and give Topaz the help action for whichever target she decides.
Callie is running up to Topaz, is what you said. Right? You
Yes.
said run up to Callie.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Callie's running up to Topaz and giving Topaz the help action for whichever target.
Okay. Well, the crab can be very distracting. Dread.
All right, I'll move up 30 feet, and I'll have to dash beyond that.
What's not to
That's
believe
it.
about that?
She didn't tip me.
She'll tip you on the return trip. Don't worry.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Topaz.
All right, let me get up.
You're standing and now with a crab.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish off Snake, because that is the job.
There.
Finish the snake. Stab it. It's restrained, right?
Yep, which means you get advantage. Yeah, that one last hit kills it as the last jet of flames just comes streaming out from it.
Excellent.
This time for only a
Hey.
little pitiful fire this time, but it burns itself out.
Ow. Okay, and then these guys aren't on fire, are they? The newts?
No, they just appear to be very red in color.
All right. And I will go ahead and bonus attack on the guy with the staff.
Okay. Alright. You landed a very hard blow against that guy. Anything else you can do?
No, that's it.
Alrighty. Devin, what would you like to do?
Don't really have anything.
Oh, I had
super-
advantage, didn't I? Let me roll again real quick just to see if I critted.
Okay.
No.
I don't have anything great to do because I'm concentrating on the entangle, so I'm just going to. And then I'll cast Frostbite on the guy with the staff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, only this guy over here is entangled, so I don't think you had advantage on that one anyway. Okay, Constitution saving throw. Ooh.
Sweet. 6 damage and disadvantage on his next attack. But he's probably the spellcaster, so he probably won't attack. But
Alright. Lubu.
I am going to run up here and cast Aqua Bolt at the staff guy.
Nice.
Ooh.
double 6s, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he does get pushed back too.
How many feet?
Just a second. Looks like just 5 feet.
Alright.
And then I guess because it just feels like the right friendly thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Another healing word on Topaz.
Okay. So the fire newt, let's see.
I think he rolled a 4 on every healing word you
It's
cast
kind of
today.
ridiculous. Yeah.
So the fire newt looks at Topaz and opens up its mouth and lets loose a stream of fire right at her face. DC saving throw dexterity saving throw of 11. So you take 1 point of damage. This guy was pretty weak in terms of the fire breath. Noxie.
They made fun of him at Fire Newt School. I'm going to move here. And are newts medium or small?
Good question. They are medium.
Okay. I'm just gonna shoot another bolt at the staff guy.
The one who had been carrying the fire snake away.
Yeah.
And just as that guy was it was trying to shake his head at from being pushed away by Lobu's spell, your crossbow just collides right with the newt's eye, and he collapses.
Cool.
Good job.
All right. I end my turn.
Another fire newt continues to struggle, and is still trapped. Thulin.
I'm going to move 10 feet and then I'm going to move down into the entangled area. And would I have advantage on this one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to come down with the great axe.
Alright. Blood sprays everywhere as you cut right into this thing's flesh.
Great, I'm just going to move down a little bit more. That's my turn.
Okay. Crab. Oh, sorry, that's why you got the advantage on that one. Help action from the crab.
She's gonna keep encouraging Topaz. Topaz is riding the line, and it's all the glory.
Dread.
Alright, I'll move here. I'll swing it. That's creature.
Blood sprays back at you. You hear the fire newt make a noise of pain. Anything else you can do?
That's it.
Topaz. You have advantage from the crab again, and from flanking.
Shove a spear in it.
You see blood gushing down. The thing reaches its hand up to try to grip the top of the sphere, as if you're trying to wrench it away.
I was half expecting fire damage. It didn't happen.
Not in
All
this
right.
case.
Try to spin around and kick it in the head.
More blood and a few teeth come flying down as it still tries to pull that spear from its midsection. Anything else?
That's it.
Dovin, what would you like to do?
I'll go ahead and take another couple of steps forward, and cast Frostbite because this is starting to wrap itself up. I'll cast it on the one near Volan.
Okay. I can't remember. Can it still get saving throws even when it's restrained?
It has disadvantage on dexterity saving
Okay.
throws. It's Constitution, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I was checking. Alrighty. This one seems to be getting some chill. Lubu.
I will just come over and attack this guy. I took 2-weapon fighting, so I've got scimitars now from being College of Swords, so I'll attack with my 2 scimitars.
Okay. And did you say you did or you didn't have advantage?
Oh, shouldn't have advantage now.
Alright, so yeah, that you didn't land either hit. The fire newt is just too dexterous for you.
Cool. Well, that's my turn.
Still got to attack with fins, though. That's pretty dope.
And as you were the one to last strike at it, the fire newt warrior spins and goes at you with its scimitar.
Both hits.
So like you managed to miss hitting it, but then it spins around with scimitar. It goes slash, slash, and blood comes streaming down off Lubu. Noxie.
I kind of wanted to keep this one alive. I guess I'll just finish off. I'm gonna finish off this one. Attempt to. I mean.
And right as it seems to be celebrating the fact that it badly hurt Lubu, your crossbolt just slams into another eye, and it goes down.
Noxie definitely has the highest body count.
Yep. Meanwhile, the other fire newt warrior is let's see, restrained. Let me look at the rules again for restrained. I think it just drops down to 0 movement, isn't it? Restrained 0 attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Okay, cool. It can still do stuff. Alright. So it rears its head back and launches fire out at Volan.
Would danger sense apply here?
Yes.
Okay.
So you take half that at 6. Which is actually reduced down to 3 because you were raging.
Okay.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Still trapped. Volan!
Yeah, he messed up. I'm gonna come down with the great axe. Wait, before I do, how bad is he looking?
Roll a medicine check.
Don't kill it, Volan.
Yeah, you're unsure. This thing could be healthy, it could be about to die. You just don't know.
Why not kill it? That's what I want to know.
I'm just gonna come down with it. And if it goes unconscious, try not to make it lethal. I don't know if that's a thing.
So
I think you can make it.
you're gonna hit with it. You're gonna you're going with your blunt side.
Yes.
All right, I will take that. And since it's not too much over the limit, I am going to argue that it is merely unconscious and not dead. As
Very
you
good news.
basically boop it right in the head and drop it down to the ground.
Nicely done, sweetness.
I'll go ahead and drop the entangle.
Why are we keeping one alive? So we can find out if there's more.
I know. Well, also, it'd be nice to know if they were the ones that opened that portal.
Think they'll tell it? Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say we could also, try to find out where its actual home is. If there are more of them.
If they have any slaves.
Mm-hmm.
While we're waiting for the thing to wake up, I'm going to first cast Goodberry and give Topaz all the berries, so you can eat those and get 10 hit points back. And then can I look through
God, juicy.
the mage, the mage fire newt stuff, partially for looting purposes, but
Sure.
I'm also I'm just looking to see what kind of stuff he has and if I could potentially identify it as like
So you
stuff that
definitely
was
see
used.
you
Go
definitely,
ahead.
you definitely see a staff with some kind of arcane focus at the top, and you see a morning star. Roll an investigation to see if there's anything else on this particular fire name.
In particular, I'm looking for any sort of like materials or stuff that might have been used to open a portal.
Roll an investigation check. You don't seem to find much of anything else of interest. Just a handful of coins. Hold on. Oops. Handful of coins. Nothing else of interest can you find on this body.
So we're in mountains or still in forest?
You're still in forest. You're within about 5 miles of the mountains.
Any water around here?
Roll a survival check.
Not an advantage. 12.
There's a tiny pond nearby, not much more than just a like maybe you and the other sea elf could use it as a bed if you really wanted to, but without it being too cramped. But it's not like you could fit your entire group in there and pretend it's a bathtub.
I'm not trying to. I just wanted to go over and just kind of fall on it and cool off.
Yeah, so there's a pond that's definitely big enough for that. It's kind of like the size of a small of a medium sized wading pool.
Yeah, hit points aside.
Yeah.
I mean, that was multiple third-degree burns. I'm
Yeah, two of you could lay in it and be okay. And a few frogs just get startled out and start hopping away.
Can I loot the other bodies?
Sure.
Especially the guy we've got.
So the Fire Newt warriors have scimitars on both of them. Then there's nothing left of the fire snake. So basically, there's 2 scimitars, a morning star, and a staff with an arcane focus, along with some assorted coins. Roll an investigation check for the other 2 bodies. All right. You managed to find a total of 9 gold between the 2 of them.
Ooh.
And a small harmonica.
Now that Lobu's interested in.
It seems to be made of bone.
Oh,
Spooky. And then he'll try and play on it, which shouldn't go especially well, I don't.
Performance check. Musical instrument.
Huh.
Actually, it works very well and seems to have some sort of haunting melody attached to it.
Lobu, you really shouldn't put your mouth on that.
While we're resting, I'll usually hands on myself, and then
I think he hears that a lot.
Yeah.
And then he'll just cavort around you
And then
playing
it was
it.
followed by Dread saying hands on self.
yes, and then I'm going to gently touch Topaz on the shoulder and give her 10 back.
Sorry.
Oh, startled. All right, thank you. Didn't know you could do that.
Callie is gonna very menacingly stand on top of the unconscious fire newt. But she's not that menacing because she's just this cute little crap.
Crap. Click, click, click.
I peen.
Have we tied this one up?
Probably should.
Yeah, I'll pull out some rope and do that.
Did we check this one for?
Yeah.
I think
For any-
Lobu did.
Okay.
Lobu, did you want to put the weapons and stuff in here? You can keep the gold. Unless you want to put the gold on the party treasure. But yeah, otherwise I can hold on to the weapons if you want.
Yeah, I'll put the weapons in there, and honestly, the gold too.
Okay.
Though the next time we get to a town, I am gonna want to make a little withdrawal, I think.
Sure.
I'm going to search around and find my bolts that I've shot off.
Alright. How many did you shoot off this time?
I don't remember the number. I think it was 3.
Alright. Roll a 1d3.
Are we assuming the orcs killed that other one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, you only managed to find one of your bolts, as another one looks like it got fried up by the fire newt. Not fire newt. Sorry, 2 of your bolts, because the third seems to have been completely consumed in fire from the fire snake.
Hmm.
I see now how people become rangers and get favored enemies.
Is that are you gonna multi-class?
No, I'm just saying, if I did, I would hate
Just sound
fire elementals. So, what are we doing then? I assume we're going to question this one when he wakes up and see if he summoned that thing.
Yeah, we want to know if he summoned anything and if they have like a big camp nearby and if they have.
Does that matter?
It matters. To
They're
me.
way out in the like we were thinking with hot springs in the mountains. They're not really close to anything.
But I mean, if they have slaves, like I don't want to ignore that.
The orcs may have slaves, for all we know.
Well, that would be a problem too. I don't know. We didn't know we didn't know these things were out here, and if there's people in trouble, real trouble, I don't want to just ignore them.
Okay, but can we take this guy back to town and question him there? I'm getting real tired of, I don't know, being just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. And I've got some stuff I'd like to buy.
Just how far are we from town?
Let's see. You're probably about as far from town as you are to the mountains. Town is to the northwest, mountains are to the south.
I mean, I'd be okay with going back to town and then figuring out something to do with the fire newts, or we could tell the town about the fire newts and maybe they could take care of it.
Well, of course, we're going to tell them about them, especially if they happen to be summoning salamanders here. We also need to tell them about the orcs because they're a lot closer to the town than these guys would be. And if they prove to be a problem, then they have to be forewarned. So we need to beat feet back to town. Take this guy with us.
I'm actually okay with bringing him with us. Do we want to talk to the orcs?
We're going to have to. Either that or we're just going to assume that they're probably going to be hostile and we might not be too far off the mark.
All right. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with bringing our newt friend along. I can put him on the floating disc.
Nice.
We don't have to carry him. But he could crawl off of it, so we're going to need to watch him.
I can catch you.
We've been out here a while. We need to go back and check on our ship.
True.
And they might want to send us back out here to deal with the orcs again, but that's a different deal.
I wouldn't be one bit surprised if those humans stole our boat in the first place. No offense, Dovin, but your people are.
I mean, we come in all shapes and sizes, just as you do.
With all due respect, we did pay the dock fee, and I trust that it's still there.
Well, I'd like to see.
Oh,
Moxie holds up a sign.
So-
Not all humans are bad.
thank you.
The plan as we have it right now is to head back to the city, recuperate, check on the ship. Lobu wants to buy some things, and we're going to talk to the council about the fire newt issue
And the orcs.
and the orcs.
And I forgot their name. Yes.
Oh, the lizard folk?
Yeah, we have two lizard folks standing by the river just waiting for us.
Oh, right.
Just
We should
remembered
probably
that.
go get them.
Should we tell the town about the evil druids too?
Oh, yeah, we should tell them that. There's a number of things we should address.
And while you're thinking of that, we should take a 5 to 10 minute break at this juncture.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Yeah, great. So we're basically going to go back there and tell them your town is doomed, by the way.
There's just so much.
I need coffee.
I'm back.
I'm back as well.
It's a good thing I took a break and checked my kitchen again. There were still some shards of glass on the floor that I somehow managed to overlook.
You
There's
should
some-
Did you take like a broom and then use a paper towel afterwards?
Yep. Yeah, the problem
Okay.
is that since it was wet, all the liquid getting everywhere from the broth.
Makes it tricky. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's everybody, right?
Missing Dovin.
Yeah. I mean, I'm clearly not back yet, but
Oh, sorry.
It's just one of those days. Don't mind me. Probably gonna save the rest of the cleaning of the thing of my fridge till tomorrow. Like have a quick breakfast and then clean out finish cleaning out the fridge of all the friggin' broken glass everywhere. And after that's cleaned, I will then go to the store and rebuy food that had gotten destroyed. Sadly, the mac and cheese my mom made me for my birthday was one of the casualties of the.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Yeah.
how long did it take us to get back to town? A couple of days, wasn't it?
No, it was I think a day and a half. Wait. Let's see. Going there. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. It did took you what 2-3 days. Wait. 2-3 days wasn't it?
I don't know how far back we were when we ran into the
Well,
problem
And
with
I
the water.
said because of the water thing, it was going to take only about a day and a half to get back. Do you remember taking a long rest?
We took a long rest before we left, but I don't think we took one.
Not since then.
Yeah.
So that would make this only not quite the halfway mark when you go
Okay.
into that.
So we're gonna have to camp at least once.
Yeah, my timing is terrible, so please forgive me for that. I am very bad at remembering timings, which is why I try to keep track of days.
That's fine. That means this Newt will recover on his own at least by then, and we'll be able to question him before we get to town if we want to.
So your prisoner is currently still unconscious after a short rest. What would you like to do with them?
Keep them down for one thing.
You have them tied up. You have not that long of a trek. Maybe an hour just walking.
Gag him too. I think we need to.
get
If we're not gonna talk to him, we need to gag him because they spit fire.
Oh, that's right. Do we have anything to gag him with?
Can tie a rope around his snout. They have snouts, right?
Yes, they do.
We could try that.
Yeah, sure. I'll pull out some of my silk rope and tie that down.
Do we want to try and go back and talk to the orcs, or do we want to avoid that?
Let's do one thing at a time. I think if we're going to go talk to the orcs, that's an entirely different mission.
Okay. I'm not going to push for it because I don't really want to do it.
We've already done far more than we were sent out here to do.
Alright, so we're heading back then?
Yeah, go find the our escorts. Maybe we should just make camp now. Go find the escorts, set up camp so we can rest. And then we can finish the rest of our journey tomorrow.
Yep.
Heading back north up to the river?
Yep.
Alright. Yeah, the path back isn't quite as hard as the path through here, although it takes longer since you're not, running, and you've now got a prisoner who, upon waking to being tied up, has been walking very slowly and seems to be glaring at all of you.
I'll drag him. I don't care. I'll drag him like a dog that doesn't want to be walked.
Before you do that, let me try this. I'm gonna throw him over my shoulder.
I'm gonna get kind of in his face, and while Volan has him over the shoulder, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, bud, you should probably just play along and play nice, because these guys are, they're serious." And try and persuade him to
Alright, roll
not
persuasion.
mess around.
Ooh.
Damn.
That seems to calm the fire newt down specifically. What language did you say persuade this in?
I was gonna probably. I won't jump right to the psychic thing. I'll go Aquan about it.
So yes, the fire newt appears to understand you, and pretty much goes still. Well, goes less combative, less wriggly, more calm.
Lobu,
Yeah, what up?
tell him if he tries anything, I'll slam him 6.5 feet towards the ground.
Ugh. All right.
What's that called in wrestling moves again?
Body slam?
Just a body slam? I thought it had like a special name or something.
There might be, but
Probably. The only wrestling move I know is backbreaker.
You could suplex them too.
Suplex, that's the one I was thinking of.
that's what it is. Yep, that's what I'll do. Tell him I'll suplex.
Yes, Captain. And then I'll relate that and give him a little shrug.
Alright. So eventually you make it back to the river and find your way back to the raft where your two lizardfolk companions have been patiently waiting. They had made themselves a small camp and roasted some fish over it, and were just finishing up eating as they see you come back with a prisoner. Well, that doesn't look like. Any, sorry, that does not look like a pleasant thing to have. The one of the lizard folk comments.
These guys speak common?
The ones that are coming with you to their speak common, yeah.
Yeah, this guy's pretty nasty, but his friend was much worse.
Well, says the other one, it seems like you were able to handle yourself here.
No, I guess you should know what was going on. Well, what we think might have been going on. That was the thing that made that hole was a big fire elemental. What was it called?
A salamander.
Salamander. Big nasty thing. And we think that these buggers might have summoned that. They might have opened that portal. So I don't know if that's going to continue to be a problem, but if it is, you guys should definitely know about that.
Ashuk and Darastix kind of look at each other and nod, and look back towards the water, which seems to have cleared up at this point. Yes, says Darastix, we have surmised that it was some kind of portal that caused all this.
Yo, Darastix, do you know if these nudie fellows, this newt guy, if they hang out with the Sahagin at all, or these guys just totally unrelated, you think?
I doubt that they hang out with the Sahagin. I imagine that they have their own priorities, and if they did somehow get involved in the conflict, it might in fact even benefit us, because they would not be on anyone's side. They would simply cause confusion. And the Sahagin would not be expecting them.
Interesting.
On that note, sorry for keeping you guys waiting, but this seemed rather urgent, and we thought you should.
They both nod a bit. It's
Did
understandable.
we ask them? Have their people run into the orcs at all?
We, says Ashuk, picking up picking up the thought in common here. We have occasionally seen orc raiding parties, yes. We have defended ourselves.
Were some of them one-eyed?
I unfortunately do not know the answer to that question.
Well, how frequently do these happen? Do you know?
I imagine no more frequently than when it happens to you and yours. Or at least the people in Saltmarsh.
Okay. I was just wondering if they were particularly close by to you or...
How long ago? I mean, how long has that been going on? You having skirmishes with orcs?
Well, not simply orcs. Darastix replies. Various kinds of raiders and bandits. They are not that much trouble, considering the things we'd otherwise face. More of just a nuisance than a real threat.
Right, but that's not what I asked. As far as the orcs go, how long ago has this been going on?
This
The
has
entire
been
time?
going on since we settled in the colony.
All right. So the orcs moving into the area is not something new. That's probably a good thing.
Oh,
If they haven't attacked Salt Marsh by now, they might not.
I apologize. I did not understand the reasoning for your questions. He kind of bows his head slightly.
So we need to let the town know that they're a well-established group of orcs. I don't know whether they want us to deal with them or not, but
I mean, absolutely we'll bring it up, but orcs are a lot easier to kill than these fire snakes and salamanders and whatever the fuck.
I'm hoping that business with it coming out of that portal was just a fluke, a one-time thing.
So am I. I mean, I doubt it was a one-time thing, but
Well, it doesn't mean they won't try it again, but
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to need some kind of specialized troops to deal with those.
Oxy's gonna start poking the fire newt with a stick.
Fire Newt glares at her.
Just keeps poking.
It's making motions at its gag, just kind of working it around with its mouth.
I'm gonna just bop him on the head with my fist.
All right, unarmed strike.
Oop. Okay.
Oh,
Still awake. It's now glaring at you.
Stop that.
I'll reach out with my mind, psychic style, and be like, "Hey, man, you got anything that you want to say, or are you just trying to burn my friend who's poking?"
You will all burn, the Fire Newt says in your mind.
Okay, just checking. Talk later.
Well, we can go ahead and get ready for set up camp, get ready for bed. We can start traveling first thing.
Watches as before.
All right.
Watches it before, but we got to make sure we watch our new friend here and make sure he doesn't try anything funny while.
Yep.
This might be a bit overkill, but Lobu, didn't you have manacles?
Oh yeah. I don't think so at all. This guy is a little colorful with his language when it comes to burning people alive. And then Lobu will slap the manacles on him.
Why? What did he say?
I thought it was already. Never mind. This is tied up. Manacles or something
Yeah.
different.
You know, people talk crazy when they're all tied up and gagged.
Well, usually they can't talk at all when they're gagged.
I guess they think all crazy.
Probably.
With both eyes or one eye?
Wow.
Both of them.
So it just looked like you blinked at me.
Yeah, that's about right.
So, who's on first watch?
Guess I will be first 2 watches.
Who's watching with you?
I can take a watch.
You watching the prisoner, or you watching the area around you?
Which would you rather do, Topaz?
I will watch the area around us, because if I have to sit here and look at that thing, I'm going to want to kill it.
So then, for my watch, I'm just gonna talk at the fire newt the whole time while watching it.
Okay, so roll a perception check for me, please, Topaz. The fire newt in question keeps glaring back at you, Dovin. You get the
That's fine.
distinct impression while talking to it that if it had its way, it would be munching on your remains right about now.
I'm sure he would find me not very tasty, but at the meantime, he's got to listen to me. So, such to
So,
say.
what are you trying to tell him? What sort of story are you telling him?
Oh, I'm just talking about my home and my kids and my job at the library and how I traveled so much and seen so many cool things and I met these like really cool people. Then with sorry we killed your friends, but the salamander was kind of a problem. So no hard feelings there. But they're like really nice people, really cool stuff.
And Topaz, what is your reaction to hearing Dovin drone on all this time?
I'm tuning him out.
Okay.
With my perception roll, I'm probably half meditating and half fantasizing.
Hmm. So who's on second watch?
I think I'm on that one too. Yeah, the CLs we're doing, I guess, 2 each because we only need a half a night's rest, right?
That is true.
True.
But Dovin needs his sleep. He's an old. Well, he's not an old man. He's a middle-aged man, but he needs his sleep.
How many watches are we doing? 4?
Yes.
2 hours each? Okay.
So who's going to be staying up to watch the prisoner?
I'll watch the prisoner.
All right. Roll. Topaz, roll another perception check.
Here we go.
Your eyes focus on the jungle. Sorry, on the swamp. And at one point, you do spot across the waterway, a boar come strolling out from between the tall reeds, and start lapping at the water. It pauses and looks over towards you.
How big is it?
It's not quite as big as the tall grass. It's decent size, but not, it's not too big.
Gauging my chances of taking it down with a single dart throw or spear.
Well, it's possible if you aim it just right.
We don't need it. We've got enough food. I'll leave him alone.
All right. And Lebu, what are you doing to keep yourself occupied while you watch the prisoner?
I'm gonna speak into his mind and just ask him a series of inane questions about his home.
All right. Go for it.
Oh, so you you guys live underwater or in fire?
The fire newt seems to be a bit not happy about you talking directly into its mind, and you hear basically what would be Ignan, but mind speaks, so it also filters in through other languages too, saying basically instead of answering your questions, coming back with, "You shall burn. The fire prince will consume you, and we will consume your flesh."
And Lobo's just gonna keep trying to be incredibly kind of bland and friendly in an attempt to kind of win him over so he lets something slip.
You will feel my belly.
Oh man, I love having a full stomach. It's so great, and everything is nice when it's nice and cooked up, like you were talking about. We only eat cold stuff under the sea, and that's pretty great too. But do you like cold food?
You shall be burned and eaten.
Can I try and roll a persuasion on him?
Sure.
Come on, give me a little something about yourself.
I serve the fire prince.
But that's what you do. It's not who you are. You're not your job, man.
It's not
you
a
got
job.
other things going.
It is what I do. It is what I am.
Well, do you have I don't know, you guys got a lot of slaves or?
They are cattle, as you will be.
All right, cool. Where do you live?
I live in the mountains. In the heat.
A lot of heat over there, or just a little bit?
It is adequate until the prince is allowed to reign.
Oh, so you're like trying to get the prince to come back or come into this reality.
You should be begging for a quick death before the prince.
So is he like on his way then? Have you had much luck?
Some of these questions, the newt seems to be more or less silent, not because it's avoiding them, more of along the lines of it's not sure how to answer such a question.
Got it. I think that's about all I wanted to like specifically ask, but just in the background, Lobu is doing that
Okay.
to the newt for his whole watch.
Okay.
That are expensive.
Yeah.
So,
Diamond.
who is on third watch?
I'll do that.
Alright. Are you watching the prisoner, or are you watching the area around? I think Liv is still watching the prisoner.
All right, then I'll watch the area around.
The prisoner is just sitting there quietly. Roll a perception check around the area around. You hear some kind of sound over your head. You think it might be a bat. Who is on fourth watch?
I'll be on fourth.
Alright.
I'll take it with Dre.
So, which of you is watching around, and which of you is watching the prisoner?
I'll probably have to watch the prisoner. I'm not very perceptive.
That works with me.
Alright, I seem to have dropped one of my die. Okay. One of the cats will find it and bat it somewhere. Yeah, the prisoner is still sitting there quietly. Roll perception for looking around. Yeah. Yeah, you basically get yourself comfortable and end up falling back asleep. It's kind of lulled by the water. But the next morning comes and nothing bad seems to have happened. What do you guys wish to do?
Get back on the river.
Yeah. I'm going to do the luck of the sea fishing while we travel.
Okay.
I guess while he's fishing, Dovin will be meditating, selecting his spells.
Alright. And the rest of you?
I'll be keeping a watch out as we start heading down.
Be in the river.
I'll keep a watch as well. Just look around.
No. Roll me 2d100. You have discovered a necklace that seems to have been formed by the interlocked holy symbols of a dozen different deities. And you also found a strange key with some kind of skeleton motif on it.
Is this noticeable, or is it only he knows that?
It's, if he's sharing around what he found in the river.
I think anytime Lobu gets a trinket, he is immediately showing all of you.
So
Where are you
basically-
finding this stuff?
So basically, he's the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, yes, he is. I didn't think about it.
Well,
Look
he's
at
a
this
bard,
guy.
and he's been cursed by something, and he's
You're finding this in the river?
It's what do they call it? Key? Yeah, I find him.
Why am I not
the
seeing
fish.
this stuff? Where are you finding these things?
Yeah, I just throw my net in and I pull the stuff out.
I need to start doing that.
This is why nets are so important.
I have a net. All right, I'm gonna have to try this.
Noxie holds up a sign. If we go up upstream, can we find the thing that the key goes to? Possibly a chest?
I mean, you never know.
Might be a spooky chest.
Guys, a spooky chest.
I do have a small locked box that hums a strange melody. Maybe if I try the key in the box.
What are the chances you found a key box in the water where you got the box?
Doesn't
That
seem totally.
I'm going under. I'm taking my net. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go in and net some fish and see if I find anything.
Okay.
I'm guessing I don't.
What's your roll?
Oh, is it a percentile? I thought this was only something Lobu gets to do.
I think it is. Lobu, what's the what is it, a feat again?
It's a spell that I can cast as a ritual. It's called Luck of the Sea.
Okay.
Know it. See?
So,
So
basically,
I'm down there.
Basically, you spend some time down there and you find nothing. Even a little eel slips away from your net and slides past you. It's like a water snake.
I come out with a scowl. I look over at Lobu. What the fuck? I got an eel. I didn't even get the eel. I mean, I found an eel.
You should have caught that. That would have been tasty for breakfast.
Well, you go catch it then with your whatever the hell it is, your magic net. I'm done.
Noxie jumps in the river.
Do you want the necklace?
I don't know. What kind of necklace is it?
Noxie, can you swim?
That is a good question. I guess she's never learned how to swim,
Roll,
so she doesn't know.
Let's see. Roll athletics.
Oh, great, my strong suit.
You managed not to drown doing this. However, you don't actually know how to swim, so you just kind of float there.
Oh no, she can't call for help. No. That could have been really bad.
So she's not flailing or anything?
That's up to Noxie.
She was flailing, but now she's just kind of floating there looking up at the sky.
You feel something brush against your leg.
Now she starts flailing.
So I'm over there trying to carry on a conversation with Lobo, and all of a sudden, uncontrollable splashing. I'm sure we both turned to look.
Is that Noxie?
What is she?
I have no idea.
Alright, I'm going down. I go down to see what she's doing.
That eel you were trying to catch earlier brushes past you away from Noxie as Noxie continues to flail.
I throw a dart at the eel.
That's right. You're being a sea elf. That's actually not a disadvantage underwater. So yeah, the dart flies out. Its aim is true and strikes the eel before it can get away.
Stupid eel. Alright. I'm gonna go in there and help Noxie if she needs it, and then get my eel. Is she in trouble?
She doesn't appear to be in trouble. She just looks like she's flailing.
All right,
What?
I'll get my eel and I'll just kind of tread water there watching her. What are you doing? I guess you can't hold up a sign in here, huh?
She's just like very rapidly pointing down.
You want to go down?
No, she shakes her head no.
Where you want to go back to shore?
She nods.
Okay, I'll help her back to shore. Don't do that. That
She
could have
pulls-
been a crocodile.
I think Lobu is just shocked by the idea that a thing can't swim. That there are things out there that can't swim.
And here, I throw you the eel. Got the stupid eel.
She just bites into it.
Wasn't giving it to her. I was giving it to Lobu.
Oh, I thought you were tossing it to Noxie. Sorry.
You could grab it out of the air, I'm sure.
Roll a dexterity check if you wish to grab it out of the air.
No, that's for Lobu. I don't want to do that.
Do it.
All right. Like a land shark, she's gonna jump and try to bite it out of the air.
Babu, contested dexterity.
Uh-huh.
So the very ungraceful wet goblin jumps up, takes a bite out of the eel before it lands in Lobu's hands, nearly slipping out to the ground.
Scares the crap out of me. I'm just casually tossing it, and all of a sudden, like, it's like, well, practically took my hand. I'm back, I'm looking at her like, what the hell?
She just looks
Nazi.
back at you with a mouthful of eel.
Are you not getting enough to eat? What is it? I'm going back to camp. I can't even.
Nazi, that was awesome. Do that all the time. That was great. And then I'm going to throw the eel up and try and catch it in my mouth.
Dexterity throw again, please. And he succeeds.
He holds a sign. That's what it gets for scaring me.
Heck yeah. Threw a mouthful of eel.
The two lizard folk with you are watching this tableau, and they both seem to be nodding in approval.
Oh yeah, they probably think this is great. Yeah. I'm going back to camp. Anybody who's still back there, like eating breakfast, whatever, I'm like, Noxie's gone feral. I'm just letting you all know.
No.
She's eating raw eel.
That sounds good, actually.
I finished up my meditation. I mentioned that where I'm from, they eat a lot of fish raw. It's quite
Well,
good.
Where I'm from, we definitely do too. I'm just saying, not typically leaping at it in midair with your mouth.
That is a little bit different. Certainly. That's fun.
So the fire newt is still sitting there. It's kind of staring.
So are we headed out?
Yeah, we're going back to Spotmarsh.
On the trip, once we get going, I think I'll wait until we're actually going. But I'm going to be like, so these guys are up to some pretty bad stuff.
Who? The newts?
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to summon their prince from another world to burn and eat us all. Something along those lines.
That sounds ominous.
Noxie's just gonna come over here and kick this Newton.
So that's why they summon the
attack roll,
salamander.
please.
I mean, okay, but it's gonna do no damage.
Right, I could have a -1.
God, would that just be strength, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yep,
it's one
strength,
damage,
strength
and
roll.
you have, it's one damage, and then you have the -1 to your strength damage.
Noxie
Yeah,
doesn't
so-
even manage to land a hit. She just kind of kicks at it, and it's so slippery that her foot slips.
So they're trying to summon their prince or something, you said?
Yeah, they're some sort of god, it sounds like. It's an all-consuming thing for them. They also live in the mountains somewhere, and it sounds like it's hot there, so one could guess that volcano or something. Mostly he just threatened me all night.
Well,
Sounds like we've gotten everything out of them we need.
Another kick.
Bro.
Noxie, you attempt to kick, and this time you end up falling backwards and tumbling off the raft back into the water. There's a loud
Oh.
splash. Everybody hears it.
Great.
Going in after her.
Noxie's not even flailing. She's just kind of floating and like trying to figure out why she can't hit this fucking newt.
Trying to get her back on the raft. Don't bite me.
Noxie just shrugs.
I mean, when you're talking to him, well, talking, I put up quotation marks, did he seem like fanatical in the sense that he's stupid and there's like no way that they're actually going to be able to do this thing about summoning the prince, or did it actually sound like that might be a thing they could do?
From what little I could get from this guy, it seemed like maybe he doesn't fully understand the process that they're trying to engage in. My guess is that he is personally an idiot, but I'm not sure if that reflects on his people in general.
Right. Okay.
Well, that other one was smart enough to use a magic staff.
Oh, speaking of, I wanted to look at that. While we're on the raft and heading downstream, I'm going to go ahead and do detect magic and take a look at it
Okay.
and see if it's. You said it was it looked like a magic focus. There was a magic focus on
it's a
it.
staff with this kind of dark red crystal at the top that functions as a magical focus, an arcane focus. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So I just want to see. So I assume it's probably that, but I just wanted to see if there's anything else about it, any sort of other magic coming off of it.
Nope, that seems to be about it. Though it did seem to have absorbed quite a bit of fire magic that was channeled through it at various points.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hey, Dovin, I was just thinking that as long as you're looking at stuff, do you
Sure.
want to look at that weird bullywug stuff we found a while back?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Might as well. We found a crown, and there was a spear. Oh, yeah, the spear was doing a lot of damage. But, yeah, so I take a look at the crown and the spear, and I guess just in case. Does anybody else have anything that they want me to take a look at?
Not I.
I'm good.
So you're casting Identify?
Not identify, just
Uh,
detect
detect
magic.
Yeah, the helm definitely has it has magic associated with it.
The bullywug's crown has magic?
Crown or helm? Hold on.
Well, the helm I have the helm of underwater action.
Okay,
or
no,
whatever
so
it's called.
you've already identified that, yeah.
Yeah. We're looking at
I'm
it.
talking about about the crown on the king. No, actually, that doesn't have magic. Sorry.
Okay. This thing. His spear is not anything. Is that something special?
Let me double check.
But I think he like almost downed Topaz in like one hit with it or something. But that might
Probably.
just be.
Yeah, probably just his like abilities, but
Yeah.
pretty tight.
Yeah, it just appears to be
Mhm.
a standard spear, just more royally decked out. It might be worth some extra gold. That's
Okay.
basically what you can tell about it.
Cool. Do you want me to look at any of the stuff that you found in the river?
Oh, all my little buddies, all my little trinkets.
Yeah.
And sure, I don't think probably they're all pretty non-magical, but you never know. And I'll kind of like pull out a big set of things and show you a set of bone pipes, an enormous greenish scale, perhaps from a dragon, which I'll be like, this one, I'm gonna try and do something with in town. And then an ornate scabbard, partially. No, that's something I just pulled out of a gut. Small locked box that hums a strange melody, a vest of many tiny pockets, a monocle without glass, a necklace made of holy symbols, and a skeleton key. Or a key with skeletons on it.
You find the coolest stuff in the water, don't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky, I guess.
And Dovin, from what you can tell, it's all just junk. All the stuff.
It's not
Strange
luck.
stuff.
It's freakish.
This is some really
strange stuff.
cool.
Maybe worth some money, maybe not. But it's not magical. Even the humming.
This
thing
is some
not
really
magical.
cool stuff, but most of it seems to just be craftsmanship instead of magic.
That's kind of what I thought. They don't seem like, I don't know. People wouldn't just put this in the river if it was worth anything.
Well, I wouldn't think that way. They're probably worth things, but you never know what gets lost.
You'd be surprised what humans drop in the water. I've heard tales of some of them throw money in the water. They make wishes on it. Literally
That's quite
throw away
fun.
good money.
Where?
Sometimes you see it in fountains, but those are usually only in the really big cities that they have fountains. Fountains are really quite something when they make the really big ones.
Noxie tilts her head. She holds up a sign, fountain with a question mark at it.
They're these like a pool. They're like a big stone pool in the middle of the city. Like there shouldn't be any water nearby, but they use aqueducts and pipes and stuff and make water flow to the city, in the center of the city. And they have like these big statues and water comes out of them, and it's like super cool. Yeah, it's fun. And then people throw money at it, make wishes, because it makes sense, I guess.
She writes down another. So a money pool?
Mm, not the money is secondary. It's only coppers too. It's not like people are throwing gold or anything in.
We do similar things, only it's a lot more work and it's rare. But some in my family, they would have a room where they would drain the water and set it up with a stone edifice of sorts that would spew flame,
How about
or
that?
at least steam, pulling from some of the underwater fissures. I guess it's kind of the same thing, but we didn't throw money in it.
But you made wishes?
No, we didn't make. Why would you wish on Who does that?
I don't know. You were saying it was similar.
I was saying we don't throw money in. That's stupid.
Well, just because you don't throw money doesn't mean you can't make a wish.
Okay, but no, we don't. It was for decoration. It was sort of a sign of wealth. Kind of expensive, a big undertaking to do.
Gotcha. Yeah, that is actually, yeah, that's pretty similar to a fountain.
A bit more to it to make an air pocket room.
So like a flame tin? A steam tin?
Yeah, what you said.
Nice. What were we talking about before? I think we got sidetracked by something. Oh, the newts fiery. My gut says we shouldn't be too worried about that, but you know,
I don't know if they managed to summon that thing we fought. I don't care if it was an accident.
True. Well, yeah. So I mean, that is a serious concern. To some extent.
Yes, it is.
I'm
Does
not super
anyone
worried
know
about
any? Does anyone know anything about religion, and could like maybe know if this god of theirs could actually come into our world?
Well, I used to work in the library. Do I know anything about that?
Roll a religion check. And do you have was a name given?
Like the prince of, what was it? I can't quite remember. I feel like it was the Prince of Fire or something. Grizz, do you remember if you dropped an actual name or not?
I did mention a title, but now it's up to your character.
Okay. Yeah, I think try and think on Prince of Flames.
Okay. I lost religion button. There it is.
Oh!
Yes.
Wow.
Give me a second to look this up.
Little did we know you're a secret disciple, Prince of Light.
I mean, you guys have known I'm the big bad evil guy.
We know this.
That would be scary.
We killed the evil druid because I was jealous. They were doing my job. Like, no.
Bunch of upstarts.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, so you start thinking back about what you know about the fire newts and hearing about this this fire prince, and you're just thinking about it, and they're religious militants, and they worship Imix, the prince of evil fire.
Oh, I have that written. You mentioned that before.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't look at my own notes. But yeah, the Prince of Evil Fire, Enix.
Yeah.
Works for Delvin.
So you know that they tend to go out on raiding parties, taking prisoners, primarily to torture, sacrifice, and then eat them.
That's pleasant.
Yeah, they do a lot of sacrificing to Immunex and then eat the remains.
Do you relay that to the?
Yeah, I do. And so do I? I'm just trying to think. Like, would summoning Enix be akin to like summoning Paylor, or Enix sort of a lesser being that maybe could be more easily summoned, kind of thing?
With that religion check, you would imagine that Inex is probably not anywhere near the same level as Paylor. That Inex is, being primarily worshipped by fire newts and maybe various beings on the fire plane. that it wouldn't have that much power here on this particular world, because not many beings worship it, and therefore there's not a lot of power that can be brought to it. However, beings from the fire plane mixed in with this, if they're all worshippers of Imex, might be able to bring forth more power and thus make more worshippers.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah, so I told everybody about that, and I kind of wonder out loud, like, if it may not be difficult to bring here, but if they brought him here, he might get stronger after, like, displays of power. It's sort of an interesting little conundrum, isn't it?
Yeah, might be some sort of metaphor too, like, you know, we're eating these people and setting them on fire so Amex can enjoy, you know.
That strength check was kick number 3.
It still misses.
God damn it!
Now, don't kick the unarmed and restrained.
I go over there. No, look, I show Noxie how to form a proper fist or do a proper kick. Now,
With her.
okay, so then you aim it like that.
And that still misses.
Well, how could it miss? He can't dodge. Might bounce off him.
Yeah, that's what I mean by that. Your knuckles basically may connect with very slick flesh and just skid down without causing damage.
Here, you guys
So,
are doing it wrong. I'm
we
gonna
don't-
walk in and
do we
I'm
not
gonna
have
very
advantage?
recklessly throw a fist.
I'm
You just
gonna
made the
kind
single
of
roll. I thought you realized that you had advantage or just rolling singles.
Oh yeah, we had advantage, don't we?
He probably restrained. He's restrained by definition. That's funny. So, like, there's this new, and he's all tied up.
Volan watches Noxie and Topaz just kind of bouncing their blows off of the slick skin, and she comes over and one hit, and then the fire newt is back unconscious.
What is wrong with you guys? He's not moving.
Noxie holds up a sign. He's a slippery bastard.
We were working on technique.
I'm just gonna do a quick pulse check to make sure they didn't accidentally kill him.
Medicine check.
Where exactly would you hold your fingers?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he's still breathing. He's just unconscious. Volan is very good at knocking people out.
That is somewhat terrifying, but I'm also okay with that.
Thankfully, she is on your side.
Yeah, I respect that. And I'm also, yeah, I respect it. Glad you're a friend.
Me too,
So-
Tobin.
We don't need him conscious. We really don't need him, period. We've already found out everything they have to tell us.
Well, I mean, Mount Marsh might want to do something with them.
ooh, maybe we could sell him to a circus.
That's, I have issues with that. Let's just table that conversation.
All right, sounds good.
You know, that's only a hop, skip, and a jump from them putting us in a circus.
You know they would too.
And the lizard folk are kind of looking at each other, and one of them asks, "What is this circus?"
Oh, it's so cool. You
It is
guys
pretty
gotta
dope.
see it. People do tricks.
Shows.
Yeah, jokes sometimes.
Music?
People put weird, yeah. Oh, there's just so much good stuff.
Noxie holds up a sign. Why would that be a punishment for our newt?
They also have cages, and they put people and things in there.
Usually not people.
It depends
But-
on where you draw the line of people.
It seems like very dark territory we're talking into.
Freakish beings, like the legendary tales of mermaids, that half the time they fake.
But there are mermaids. We have mermaid allies.
Yes, but typically the humans can't catch them.
Yes, because humans are... It kind of stops looking over at Dovin and then goes quiet.
We've all heard the stories of circuses. They leap through the air, occasionally fall to their deaths like idiots. Make
That's
animals
not
do
fair.
tricks and put them back in their cages. I've heard it's a very inhumane, the entire affair.
How can something human be inhumane?
It's complicated.
Funny choice of language, isn't it?
Yes.
Humans are weird.
Well, we like to think that
Very weird.
when we're being kind, that's worthy of being human, but the not so kind moments are less human. Although you could argue that it's all very human. Though not exclusively human. None of it is. I think it's just old language that doesn't work anymore.
Well, a long time ago, our people used to be part of the same empire. There still are, says the other lizard folk, members of our species who are at one with the humans, but our tribe is not like that.
Is that the ancient empire you're talking about?
The Meeg Empire,
Yeah, no, I was thinking about the other one, but yes, that one.
the
I have that in my notes somewhere.
Empire. God, I'm always mixing up whether it's the name of the continent or the name of the empire. Sometimes it's the same thing. Like if you want to call it like Rome, the European Empire, that also works. Even if it goes more than just that, but yeah.
Dovin's actually, he's gonna, as we continue sailing down, Dovin's actually gonna talk to the ambassadors about that old empire, just like getting like their perspective on it and
All right,
like sharing what he knows.
What sort of
and,
questions are you gonna ask?
just ask what they know about it, because it was kind of a long time ago, so like probably the records that we have at the library like aren't super up to date, and also just interesting to hear like their perspective. We don't have to role play that. I just
Okay.
think Dovin would ask about that. And
So
be
yeah, they
curious
go
about that.
into discussing the specific belief in the divine light, the building of roads, the fact that the lizard folk were the soldiers of this empire. The lizard folk maintain a lot of the armory. That they were the first big civilization in this part of the world after the Sundering. They rebuilt all sorts of things. They took slaves, but they tried to unite the northern and southern continents and everything like that.
Yeah, so I guess for however long the trip is, he'll be talking to them about that.
All right. So who is taking point on this trip?
I think I am.
All right. Make perception check. Alright. So you see everything that's around you, including the occasional crocodile as you pass by, but again, they don't seem very interested in attacking you. There's enough of you there. No stragglers. They're just kind of watching you from a distance as you continue to pass by.
All right. So leave us alone. Leave them alone.
Anything else you guys wish to do? Nothing?
I'm good.
Alright.
Nope.
So, before nightfall, given the speed the raft is traveling at, and the fact that you guys only had to stop once, the raft finally spots the lights ahead of the town of Salt Marsh.
Excellent. Swim ahead, make sure they know we're coming, and admit us right in.
Alright. So, some people are a bit surprised by seeing the lizard folk, but most of the eyes are landing on the fire newt that you have with you.
I guess we should go report directly to it's like Ava or something.
Ada.
Yes. Alan.
Ada. Yes. Guess we can go report to her about the lizard folk, the ambassadors, and we can let her know about all the other stuff going on.
Alright. What do you wish to do with the fire newt?
Take him with us, but if we see any guards, I want to call them over and say you're going to need to keep an eye on them until the counselors decide what they want to do with it.
Yeah. So the lizard folk take up a kind of a rearish position on the line as you guys head towards the council chambers. You do encounter some guardsmen who are inquiring about your prisoner, and they offer to escort the prisoner away.
Well, I think probably best if Ida Allen is able to lay eyes on it first. That's all the same. And also have a care if you transport him because they can spit fire.
The guard nods as you guys continue on. Eventually, you make it into the council chambers and have an opportunity to talk with Ada. She kind of sits up from her desk, looking up at what you've brought after you were allowed through by the receptionist. She says, "Well, it seems you brought," and then she pauses, looking at the lizard folk. What the not the lizard folk, sorry, then fire newt. What the fuck is that thing?
That is a fire newt. And that's just one part of the tidings we bear.
Noxie's stuck a note on the fire newt that says kicking post.
Ada looks out at that and looks over towards Noxie. Well,
She kicks it
I see.
or attempts to.
She pulls out a large bag of jangling coins from her desk and sets it there as her eyes flick towards the lizard folk for a moment and then back to the fire newt. Well, it seems you have completed your quest and then some. I imagine that with these two here with you, that the lizard folk are not hostile towards us here in here in Saltmarsh.
Correct. We did not start a war.
Very good. That means you've earned your reward.
Excellent. I'll go ahead and put
Tell
that
me
in
about this fire newt here. I don't like its fucking face. It looks like it's gonna burn me.
Oh, believe me, it wants to. We found him and a bunch of other jerks summoning fire elementals into our plane. At least we think so. They live somewhere over in the mountains, and they want to burn and eat everyone.
How far away from Saltmarsh would you think?
Not far enough.
About a day's travel, right? Maybe 2.
And we fought one of those things. What'd you call it? A salamander?
Yeah, salamander.
We fought a few of them. 2 of them were babies, and still burned the hell out of us. Burned the hell out of me. And the big one. Oh, and that's another thing. Also, you have orcs that worship one of their orc gods, Grummish or something, the one-eyed orc god. There's an entire cult of them out there too.
Also, evil druid.
Oh yeah, evil druids summoning evil twigs.
Well, we made a tree, friend.
Well, then it seems perhaps the town of Saltmarsh should put you on retainer. She reaches into her desk and pulls out another pouch.
Well,
I think I owe you more money.
You've got a lot of things around here that probably would just as soon see this town gone. And I'm frankly surprised that you haven't heard reports of the orcs, because they weren't that far away and they're apparently active.
Well, I think we've been more busy with the sea princes. To be fair, fucking sea princes have been our enemies for ages now, and the kingdom of Keeland has been more focused on dealing with them than with any other threats along the borders.
Well, you might want to cast a weather eye inland then, because there was quite a few of them. They seemed rather warlike. And then these newts with their summonings, and yes, the evil druids. So you have quite a few, only a matter of miles away.
Well, that's not even mentioning the actual reason the lizard folk are here.
Oh,
potentially a bigger threat.
Yeah, it gets better. They are about to go to war with the Sahagin.
Us being on the coast, that's not a fucking good thing at all.
The lizard folk seem to be open to the idea of an alliance. They're
At this point, the 2 lizard folk ambassadors take a step forward and kind of bow slightly. It's like, yes, we have been sent to secure the alliance with Saltmarsh, to give aid and receive aid in turn. Edda, meanwhile, pushes forth the 2 bags.
What are these?
These
That's
your payment and a bonus.
Oh,
Ooh. Moxie's eyes perk up at the word bonus.
So I already got one of the bags is the 700.
Yes. The other bag
And
contains 300 worth of platinum, which is basically a combination of platinum and gold, but it's 300. It's 300 gold worth of platinum and gold.
okay, cool. Just for
Together
note keeping them.
Gained 1,000 platinum and gold to get 1,000 gold worth of platinum and gold. There we go. Well, if you decide to stick around, I can offer more employment in the days to come, perhaps. Of course, from what I understand, your boat is now fully refurbished and ready to go, assuming that you found yourself a crew.
Well, we haven't really done that yet. Have we?
How many people do you need to run a ship?
Well,
Good question.
I would suggest you talk down at the docks. Different vessels have different needs.
I think
Depends
we
on what
need.
you want to do with the ship.
I think we need to get our bearings and take a rest after our long trek out there, we will return to you with a more
What kind of a ship was it?
solid plan.
I forgot the name of it. Let me pull you guys up to the there we go. That's what the looking of the ship. So I'm not sure how that translates exactly.
Could be any number of things. And
Well, it was used for
30.
piracy.
50, 60, 70, 80 long, 20.
Oh shit! Did we leave Oceanus behind?
Oceanus is that's right. Yeah, Oceanus is staying behind with the lizard folk.
All right.
Okay, we didn't just like straight up leave them behind.
Yeah, I feel like we touched base with them before we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Just-
so that will be it for this evening. That's something for you guys to think about and decide between now and next week. What you guys would like to do next, whether it is, hiring whatever crew you might need for your ship and heading out, or deciding to take the council's offer of further employment, or simply deciding to bail on all of that and wander off somewhere else. It would be very, very nice. Very nice if you give me a bit of an idea on Discord.
Yeah, do y'all want to talk it out over Discord throughout the week?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, what's going on?
Talk to you guys later then. Have a good night.
All right.
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.